Hell no.
At least we started our recordings like a few seconds apart, so it's perfectly fine. I'm not restarting. I can't be asked.
Okay. We'll just give a countdown.
Yeah, and then we'll go from there.
So
you start counting. I'll sync up myself with your counting, and then we got a timestamp where we can match them up.
All right. Good shit. 3,
2,
2, 1.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me.
Okay, well that's enough to sink. That's enough to sink.
Yeah. It's perfectly fine. Hey guys, welcome to the most wonderful podcast that you never fucking gave a fuck about. No, it doesn't have a name, and that's the best part. That's the best part. We haven't named it yet.
Shall we just literally call this chatting shit? It's not
we're calling it chatting shit. That's
no. What, we can use the name now. We can use the name LaunchingDix.
LaunchingDix. Perfect.
We actually have a use for the name. Oh,
perfect. Oh no. Oh no. Why have you done this?
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't. I hate you. I hate you so much. Okay, so we're entirely off topic. Not even that we really.
Why do you think
topic.
I put chatting shit as the first note?
Yeah. So, fun fact: actually, shit talking was scripted. This was all planned. Just letting you know.
This whole thing is scripted. We're actually reading off scripts right now. Like we've rehearsed this for hours on end to make sure we repeat what we're saying. The very thing I'm saying right now was written in advance.
My retarded laughing.
This is some meta shit right there.
This is fucking
you
horrendous.
too listening right now. That's scripted. So LaunchSix and myself. So we're planning to basically do a podcast series, hopefully weekly. We're just gonna chat shit about music, basically. As you can tell, since we've already been swearing, and I really am too lazy to mute this out, it's going to be language. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get butthurt easily, just don't listen at all.
There's gonna be so many triggered people. So many triggered people. And by so many,
honest,
I mean the 7 people that listen.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I'm sorry if I do offend anybody. I'll try not to. I just speak weird. I don't know. Yeah, that's just how it is. Anywho, let's totally get off that topic before I get rated. Anywho, okay. So where do we want to start off? Where did cancel launch for the second time? Am I right? Am I right? Let's go.
Hey, getting cancelled once wasn't enough. I heard you got so fun. Cancel launch 1 was so good. Let's make a cancel launch 2.
Holy shit. Nah, man. Cancel LaunchSix. Let's go. Okay.
Right to 6. I'm feeling so high like a LaunchSix. Like
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Good shit. So you have everything written down. I'm just kind of here.
I have
for the
4
ride.
notes. What do you mean everything written down?
Well, where are we supposed to go? Like we're like 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, and we haven't said anything that makes any sense to anything that anybody wants to listen to. Anybody?
You assume people want to listen to us, right? We may as well start with Pad. You were away, and Opponents at Dawn album drops.
Yes. Okay, so I was at boot camp when that whole thing... No, I wasn't away. So I was away when the submissions opened and when everything was kind of going down, and then it came back, and then I went right into A school. For those of you who don't know, I am in the military, so I went through that whole thing.
Even
and then
worse,
I came back, and I work for the US Navy.
US Navy!
So... I was just kind of going through, and I had no idea that a Pad album was coming through, and I just popped up on my YouTube. It's like, hey, there's a release party going on right now. I was like, oh, wait, no, it didn't even pop up in YouTube. What the fuck am I saying? No, I went into a fucking Discord server, and everybody was freaking out about music. I'm like, oh, that's happening.
Yeah,
okay.
Like that got announced, like literally, I think either shortly before you went or just after. I think submissions were open. I think we spoke about it, but yeah, it dropped while you were away. Or the Koa Apocalypse, it's known as. Because Koa featured so many fucking times.
Yeah, what'd she feature? Like 11 times or something fucking crazy?
I'm not going to lie. Actually, the quickest way to do it is just click Koa on Spotify. And then just count the amount of like times. 1, apparently. That's not right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. I don't know why it says that.
Oh, it's because all those popular ones aren't on there. So you can't search. Like you can't just like highlight the word Koa. I don't think actually. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I can just go on Google and do it that way. Yeah, so she's featured about oh fuck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. She's on 11 songs.
Yeah, so I was right 11 times.
Yeah.
So she definitely put in some work, which I thought was really cool because I did actually listen to quite a few of those songs on that album. I didn't give the entire album a listen through. I'll be dead honest, there's some artists on there that I don't listen to, not because they're bad, just because it's not my style. I'm more of a heavier. I like heavy shit.
If your neck ain't broken, it's not your style.
I mean, not necessarily, but sure. Let's roll with that for the sake of right now. But I did roll through some of the stuff, and I had some songs on there that I thought fucking slapped. Like, there were some really, really cool songs on there. I mean, the entire album was pretty well put together. I'm not gonna lie, but there are some songs on there that really, really fucking slapped. Like, I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was called. It was by Neverlast Standing. I think it was Go With Me.
Oh.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Go With Me that kind of gave me like the whole it reminded me of the Your Friend remix, I'm pretty sure. Here, let me give it a listen real quick. Yeah, this is the one. This song fucking slaps. Like it's good. It's really fucking good. I really don't have any words for it. It's just, I don't know. It's happy as fuck, and I kind of have like a fetish for fucking Neverlast Standing's music. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm probably a little biased.
I haven't listened to like barely anything of this album. Like I've listened to a few, but that's been it. I just haven't had the time, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. So I did listen to some of the stuff. Faulty Shit is pretty good as usual, kind of like the classic housey thing that he always does. Awkward's War. I thought that was interesting. I've never really been a fan of Awkward Shit, but like this one I wasn't exactly a fan of either in a way, but I thought it was really creative, so I kind of liked it a lot just for that fact. Tripon just fucking slayed as usual. I'm gonna butcher the title of this. I think it's Ikigai by Canvas and Single Purpose. Was a total fucking bop. I love that song, and props to Canvas for getting on this go round. Like that song fucking slaps. It's really fucking good.
Yeah, it's nice to see some people that have been on like the other albums, like Equinity and ASOS, getting onto Pad, especially more.
Yeah,
often.
Legit. It's really fucking cool seeing that. Black Ice Music with Eternal Night, classic Black Ice Music. That was fucking awesome.
Oh, and Prince continued his fucking storyline of his fucking song shit. Like, what is he?
Yeah, I saw that.
Against the Princesses, I think it was called. Now he's got Lunar Eclipse.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. I like how he did that. There's some artists on here that I haven't heard of before, just because that's me.
I don't know, like Bank Pain. Who's that?
Yeah, right? Who the fuck is Bang Pain? LM? Never heard of LM before. Who's Omnipony? I don't know.
John
that at all.
Kenza?
Stratton?
Who's John
Forever
Kenza?
Free
Sounds like
Oh my god, I've never heard of these people.
just list anyone who's ever like fucking, even though he's fucking John Kenza NCS. It's just like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, legit. But Scratton's Dormant was a really, really good song. I would recommend a listen on that. Yesterday by Omnipony was definitely different. Dome. I am a fucking massive LM fanboy. Massive. Like, I fucking love this dude. This dude is God. Like, his shit is fucking whack.
This is a remix.
If you never listened to. Yes, it is a remix. That's what I'm about to get to. So it's a remix by SoundNix and Cosmic Fox. So I genuinely like SoundNix shit. He makes dub. His dub's good. It's good dub. I like good dub. Good dub goes blom. But this song, Dome, was on Skyward. I think it was Skyward, meaning it came out last year-ish. And then even at that, I was talking to LM, and when Skyward came out, he was still sitting on Dome for 9 months before that. So by technicality, the song is actually 2 years old. And it still sounds fucking crazy as shit. Melodic dubstep, the crazy, weird, metallic sound design that LM is known for. And then SoundNix and Cosmic Fox, like, totally gave the song justice for what it was as a remix, which is really, really cool. Like, I'm pretty picky with some remixes for, like, heavier songs with artists that I really like that have a signature sound. And then when they remix and use that same signature sound, it kind of pisses me off. But SoundNix really took his own sound and implemented it really well with LM. Same with Cosmic Fox. So I thought that was a very, very creative thing. Probably, in my opinion, this is one of my favorites on the album. That's just me. As of right now, Iggy Kai.
Iggy Kai.
I can't say it.
Iggy Kai.
Yeah, and Go With Me. Go With Me fucking slapped to all fucking high hell.
I have to listen to a few more. I don't want to have a bias when I've not listened to even like half the album yet. But yeah, right. I mean, we'll get through it.
Another name on here that I like seeing is fucking 12. 12 has not been around that long, so it's actually pretty cool seeing him kind of pop up here more and more, because I remember seeing him like pop up around Equinity.
I do have to butt in and just say them or she, sorry.
Oh, shit.
I think you should just stick to them. Yeah, you've been away.
Yeah, I've been away. My apologies. Fuck. I'm so fucking sorry.
And to be fair, actually, no, yeah, that's like, cancel the podcast, cancel LaunchSix, cancel Chasing Dawn. We done goofed
Legit.
again. We're pissing it
I'm
off.
so fucking sorry. Holy fuck. Okay.
Actually, yeah, sorry, Koa did that to me as well. I was just like, when I was chatting to Koa to like, maybe mention the idea of getting like her to work on a song. There's no promises or anything at any point soon or about what it'll be about. But yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, so I really, this bit would really like rock a female vocalist. And Koa was just like, you assume I'm a female? And I'm like, no. It's like she just turns over, you've activated my trap card. I'm just like, oh no. But yeah, no, she was trolling me with that. She's just enjoyed messing with me to see how I reacted, which is funny.
Yeah, no, I think it's, fuck, man. Shit, I feel bad. Jesus Christ. I've done that a couple times, and shit. Oops. I didn't do that on purpose. Don't fucking kill me.
It's alright. I know how it feels to be cancelled. I was cancelled thanks to fires.
How? Oh, how the fuck were you canceled the fires?
Can't remember. It was an inside joke on the stream, so I literally just, all I remember is just cancel Wilton. It just became the thing. It's like, did you see the feedback we got on our song? It was just cancel Wilton.
It was like Rip Wilton. I'm like, what does this mean? Like he what? I was so fucking confused by the feedback. Like everybody else got something legitimate, and then we got that. So my brain was like, I guess there was nothing bad about our song. Okay, bet.
When your song is that good, you just get memes.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I'll take that as a compliment, which I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what to say to that. On the topic of ASOS, why don't we move to the fact that ASOS has opened their submissions again? And at the time we are recording this, because we missed a large portion of it because I had military things to do, aka stand on a concrete pad for an hour and wait for someone to call my name. Grey Fade is actually doing his live reaction to the prior album, which was Chocolate.
Yeah.
And we had a song, both Chasing Dawn and I had a song called Fires on it, which is definitely not my normal style, but it kind of is at the same time. It wasn't rhythm, it was house. And Dawn sang on it, and that was cool.
There's a fun story to that. Like, we both submitted our own work. Like, I submitted a solo song, you submitted a solo song. We had a collab that we submitted. And then, like, while both of us got rejected with our own tracks, our collab didn't actually get submitted, even though we did submit it. And we sorted out technical issues. But yeah, we were, like, panicking, like, right up until, like, the deadline, thinking, shit, our song's not... We didn't even get it submitted. But no, in the end, it got on there, which we were very lucky about. But yeah, that was actually really cool.
Because you sent it to Via, and she was like, damn, why didn't you submit this? What the fuck? And
yeah, it was like, we submitted
it. I did submit it.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you didn't. And we were like, yeah, we did. She's like, nope. I'm keeping this, though. This fucking slaps. I was like, God damn.
We got very lucky with that. Very lucky.
Yeah, we did. So what really, really sucked about it with my submission was a song called Hunted. I promise I'll release it eventually. It's a heavier kind of, it's a rhythm, dubstep-ish song. Interesting style. I tried some new type of sound design with it, so I was pretty proud of it. But because I did the new sound design and new techniques, my master chain would not work anymore for that. And my dumbass was like, yeah, this is fine. But my high ends were so harsh because all of my shit was so fucking gritty. It was like, ha, rip your ears. So that's why the song actually got rejected. And then I sent a fixed version where I literally just fucking lowered the volume by 2 decibels. I shit you not. Sent it to Via, and she's like, yo, this actually slaps now. She's like, I'm going to put it on the ASOS YouTube. And then I left for basic, and then I came back. It was never on the ASOS YouTube. So I'm going to solo release it at some point here. But yeah.
As an admin from ASOS, I can confirm we're terrible. I'm joking. We just, yeah. People have lives, man.
No, you guys are terrible. I have a life too, and you see me here. I'm recording this as of right fucking now.
You're not allowed a life. You're a Navy.
I'm a Navi.
Navi.
Aye.
My fucking so my track as well was mine was actually different. It's obviously like I'd made like Let You Go on the last ASOS Brownie album, and then I went straight and made like One, which is like the problem that when you make something that really hits and you get it right, and then suddenly it's like, I'd have to follow up with that. So
yeah,
I just went like 1A. So right, I'm just going to try complete, like I'm gonna go back to like try to rework like what I was trying to do with like the previous albums, and then like adjust it in a certain way that would be a different thing or different vocal style or something completely different, which didn't work at all. I felt like if I just had like another week, I just needed to basically like patch up a few. In fact, all I did was actually just change a few things with mixing. And like, I went from hating the song on deadline, having to submit it, thinking, whatever, to actually like coming back to it a week later and thinking, if only I had just actually done these few tweaks, and then maybe I could have just written a bridge and I would have been fine. I mean, like, not to say like the song would have been guaranteed to get on, because that's obviously not the right mindset. But I mean, it's weird to go from like, I mean, Fader's like uploaded like 2 weeks ago, which is after Of You, which is what I submitted to Pad, and it got rejected, which is understandable. But it's just a case of like trying. I mean, mainly the last 2 songs were just me to try something new, to try something different vocally.
Yeah, I feel like when you take a song and just kind of like, when you're working at something and you try something new, sometimes shit just happens right. My first song that was kind of one that I was proud of, which was Marshmallow, that was back all the way on Equinity 01 that I made back in like April of last fucking year. Was one of those songs where I made it. I was like, damn, I don't know if I could follow up with this, because like hearing those live reactions for people and hearing what people had to say about it was like, yo, this shit's kind of fucking crazy. Like, this is taking shit to another level, even though it wasn't perfect. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with it. Like, I lost
a random Brit yelling at it. That was what's wrong with it.
Yeah, right. But I lost all the projects. I lost all of my old projects, all my old Ableton projects. I don't know how, I just did. The latest one I lost was Launch Sequence, which really fucking sucks because I wanted to fix that for Equinity 02. But I swear, if I could VIP that, it would be so much fucking better. But when you take a song and you try to experiment, sometimes shit just goes bad, like it did for me with Hunted. Even though the song itself isn't bad, it was just mixing was a little off. And where Marshmallow, I fucked around, and some of the techniques that I used to make the song didn't work on a song after that, which was Launch Sequence, where the basses sound really washed out and weird, even though I used the same technique on Marshmallow and it sounded pretty decent. Even though it was still a little washed out, the mixing was kind of oof, but it had the concept there, and I was trying out something different rather than just slapping a bunch of random basses together like my 2 first heavy songs, Tartarus and Blacklight.
Yeah, it's a bit, I get what you're saying, because the problem is, I mean, I had the same issue where, like, it's actually not the same issue. It's, I mean, suppose I got lucky. I mean, I can't even complain, because I went from, like, I had, like, 2 songs under this name, Chasing Dawn, and they were just, like, throwaways, technically, were like, well, it's just like, right, let's see if I can learn a few things. So I did, like, some crappy tracks, sort of questionable key. It's questionably out of key for some parts of it. And they're still on there, Stars and Rain. They're still on my YouTube somewhere. I think they're like right at the bottom. And then straight for like River of My Dreams, I was just like, right, what happens if I actually try and focus and do something? So I was like, right, Tropical House. Because I was not comfortable at all myself or like vocals or anything. And then after Riv My Dreams, I think I like did Lost in like a week some reason. And then of like the only songs I made after that, which was like Moonlight, which got on, Let You Go, which got on, and then like to get like 3 in a row and then do one, which I feel like did really well. People seem to really like that. And then get like, oh, then obviously, yeah, the last one didn't go on, but that was obviously like just a flat spot. But it's like, it's because obviously I've had those failed projects where you're at, where like you've not gotten released or you've had them sat there. So and then we had that argument where like you told me not to delete anything anymore.
Yeah, right.
So I've had everything
I
in
did
moderation. That. Yeah.
Yeah, because you deleted a bunch of projects and it's kind of pissed me off because how my workflow is like I'll create something and I'll have it and then I'll sit on it. Man, I got projects that are like 2 years old sitting on my computer that I haven't even touched since I created them. But sometimes I'll go back to them, not expand on them, but use the ideas that I created within those projects to inspire new ideas, which really, really helps me out with a lot of things because I do pump out music really, really fucking fast. Like there's a joke that kind of rolls around at Quinity. It's like, oh boy, here's LaunchSix again with another song again. Oh fuck, here he goes again. He made a song in like 30 minutes again.
Yeah, it's like C's LaunchSix. It's like, oh, this one's definitely gonna be chill.
Yeah, accurate to a point. So like, I will be honest. Like, I did finish a track just recently, like actually just last night, and I worked on it for a whole ass 2 days. I shit you not, a whole ass 2 days. But within that 2 days, this is what a lot of people don't know about me, is when I sit down and actually work on a song, I sit down and work on a song. I worked on it for the first day for 9 hours straight, and the day after 11 hours straight.
Even on call, yeah, we were just.
Yes.
I think we just. I mean, I was helping you like contribute to it. So you were literally. We didn't even. I feel like could have played games and stuff or like chat and had a laugh. I mean, we had a laugh at the same time, but it's sort of just like you were just grinding that out. I went to bed. I wake up and I just get a whip sent to me. It'd be like, hey, so that meme is now actually a real song. And I shouldn't have said meme because actually it's kind of like, it was a joke at first, but now it's a real song. And then just like the next time I see you work on it. And then so it's like, hey, so this might be finished. I'm like, it's been 2 days. What are you on?
Yeah. So how my workflow is, it's a lot different than a lot of people. Because I don't. So, okay. First off, let me just break this down. I use Serum and Ableton is really what I use for music. Like, I do use some contact samples and shit like that, like if I want some cool strings or some atmospheric shit in the background. But more or less, I use Serum. And because I use Serum so much, I have over 20... Now it's at like 2,700 Serum patches that I personally have created. Granted, some of those patches are variations of other patches, like the initial Marshmallow bass, like the initial Strike bass. I have like 3 versions of that. All of them with different intonalities and weird shit. But because of that, that's how I am. How I get that is, well, whenever I sit down at my computer and I open Ableton, I open it and I have to create something. The moment I click on it, I have to create something. I'll create a Serum patch. Just one. And then I'll keep it and save it for later. Whenever I sit down, I can just go through all my patches and be like, hey, I like this. I like the tone this has, but I'm going to edit it and create something else that can fit more like a call and response with the basses. Or I'll record like little MIDI patches for inspiration. Or I'll sit down and make some drums, make some loops. Or I'll just fucking sit down with the intention of writing a simple drum patch and then come out with a fucking intro, build, and a first half of a drop. It just happens sometimes.
Is now
like once I get on a grind, like I just want to keep adding to it.
Is now about time to mention that I use the same sample for 4-5 songs in a row?
Chasing Don Bell.
Chase it every single time, just fucking.
or the infamous morphine preset.
Hey, that I still FL fucking Studio Morphine Annabelle How to Make Chasing Dawn song. Although actually, fire. I haven't used any of... Actually, okay, I've used Morphine, but I've actually used Morphine properly this time. But I've not used any of the typical samples in the one I'm working on.
Yeah, good on you for that. I've noticed that through all the work in progresses that you've been sending me, that it still sounds like Chasing Dawn, but it sounds like you're evolving your sound. But don't feel bad. I use the same goddamn snare for every fucking song.
That's because you can throw a fat rack on it.
No, okay. So, I don't put a fat rack on my snare. I put a snare rack on my snare. Get it right.
You put a snare on your fat rack, and you put a fat rack on your snare.
I fucking hate you. Why are you like this?
In Soviet Russia, snare fat racks you.
I fucking hate you. So
You spelt love wrong. Pronounced. That's what happens when
you
it's 11
spelled
o'clock.
love wrong. Haha, get fucked. Okay.
Fucking moron. You're English and you can't English. Haha.
Aha. Okay. So to kind of expand on what we're talking about, Ross, I do actually have a question for you. I know you have it written down, so you already know the question I'm going to ask you, but you probably didn't expect that I was going to ask you right now. So
Surprise question in a non-surprise format.
Exactly. So on the topic of making music and kind of going through our workflows and how everything is, I'm just going to ask you the simple question on how you even got into making music in general.
So that's
right into that.
It's a rough question to answer. That's the thing, because I've always really been into music. I mean, everyone who will answer this question that's making music will always say, "Oh yeah, I've always been into music," and that's the thing is I've always been listening to music. I remember having Arctic Monkeys CD as a kid or something like that, and then always listen to there's always something. There was Coldplay, or my dad would be listening to Limp Bizkit, or the type of stuff my brother would be listening to. And I suppose I was heavily influenced as a kid. And then just not as a kid. Sorry, when I got into my early teens, when One Republic, Bastille, Imagine Dragons, they started coming through, and I was properly listening to them. So I suppose it's kind of structured the way not in the supposed way to write stuff, but definitely how I write lyrically and approach my songs. Definitely how I do that now, and I don't know how. I suppose I just basically messed around in FL one day. Was never happy with it because I had a previous A-list, Fallen Skies, because haha, pony names. And it's basically just messing with and not getting happy with the typical electronic stuff. I mean, I had a song at 180 BPM. And it was just no, let's come back to this and slow it down. I'm not kidding. One of my songs was 180 BPM, and I had to slow. I went no.
Hello, fucking Super D&B.
So yeah, I mean yeah. And then it's just let's slow down. Okay, let's take some stuff out. Use less 3S oscillator. Start using. And then what happened? So obviously the ASOS happened. It'd be let's try and make a proper song. So Tropical House, not gonna lie, looked up a tutorial and then completely went from there. But I mean, I didn't copy it from completely at all. I was how do I actually make music properly and actually mix and stuff like that? So I looked at loads of tutorials, and I was when you follow along tutorial, and then they're just hey, put this kick here, put this snare here, and I'm no, because that's making that song. I kind of just want to know how to mix or kind of what plugins to be using, just so I know what I should be doing. And then
unless you're making rhythm and the kick and snare are in every the same place with every fucking song.
Oh yeah, you have no choice. That you must put the kick and the snare. As Eminem says, you don't even know where to put the kick and the snare. Well, what song was that? Anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah, I mean, moved on from that, got onto. I guess that's what I've actually messed with a different style. So what happened is Lost happened, and then I took some things from Lost and then applied that to Moonlight, which I suppose is just an accidental, I say accidental, it just worked, and then I thought, right, I'll just go vocals, see what happens, and I guess people just been happy with my vocals enough to keep listening to my crap. I mean, instrumentally, I'm not the best producer, I know that. There's some things that I can do. I mean, I accidentally do stuff that even you, I made that, really aggressive trance doom style sound. And it's just I'm pissing around.
That was fucking hilarious.
I know, I'm pissing around. I throw, my sound design's terrible, but if I get a noise, I can mix that shit. And I can normally come up with a silly idea. And it always goes, hey, what if I do this? And every time your reaction is, oh no, because something's going to happen.
Yeah, that's always the annoying thing. It's just well, fuck.
But yeah, it was all I mean, it was just a slow progress, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, like the band sort of things. Droidica is an artist in the UK. I sort of like think, oh, I'd love to make stuff like that. And I do owe it to a lot of like the pony stuff, to be fair. Like, you know, all the pony musicians, then realizing this is actually not something that's too difficult to get into.
Yeah, right.
I do regret not taking music in school, though. Jesus Christ.
So, kind of on the fact of pony music, isn't exactly too difficult to get into. That's kind of like where I guess I came from. So, haha, I'm gonna be stereotypical as fuck. I grew up playing music. Ha, look at me go. Yeah, so I started making music. It's kind of funny, the genres that I make compared to how I grew up. I played in like jazz band and marching band. I played the trumpet through like a lot of my childhood. And my dad always like put music on me. Like, you know, he would sing like songs and shit and rap lyrics, and then he'd break down what the lyrics meant to me and explain double meanings and how it works, and then random flows and how you can add like these creative little twists to how everything works rather than just staying on the normal page of how music is. Like I knew how to properly structure like weird fucking vocal runs, even though I couldn't properly do them, but I understood how to structure that shit by like second grade, just because I grew up around that shit. And then I got a little older. I was like 14, and my dad got a Mac, and his Mac had GarageBand on it. So my dad and I kind of spent like, you know, the whole day with GarageBand throwing loops together, and it was pretty fucking fun. You know, just kind of doing shit like that. And I thought it was really cool kind of mixing shit together. And I was still really into like marching band and shit. So I wanted to compose. Yeah, that's right. I wanted to make like jazz and shit. Yeah, exactly. It's completely fucking different on what I'm doing now than what I wanted to do originally. But also at the same time, I was a huge fan of Virtual Riot. Like, man, I've been listening to that guy since, holy fuck, I've been like 12, 11. Like a month or two after Survive was released, I've been listening to him. Like, I remember when I watched fucking There Goes Your Money. I watched that fucking album release. I watched it release. So he is also a major inspiration, just kind of with like his style of music, with like the weird, like video gamey kind of gritty style from back then, that kind of inspired what I wanted to do more, because I went more and more on researching electronic music and how it went. And then came a point where I thought all electronic music was played on launch pads.
Oh my god. I've not heard that one. What?
Yeah. So this is around the same time where I watched like Monster Cat shit. So like I found them, started listening to like fucking Pegboard Nerds and all that, and then I found Temanite was a huge thing that pushed me more into like a dubstep scene outside of Skrillex. I listened to him when I was younger too.
I think everyone's listened to Skrillex as a kid.
Yeah, but seeing all that and like the remixes of AWOL Nation by, I think it was like Gravity something, I don't know, someone Gravity in the name, I forget, just all this shit, listening to Glitch Mob, all these different artists, and it pushed me more into an electronic direction rather than the whole orchestral jazz type thing. And I realized, damn, I can still create a really cool feel and a really cool atmospheric thing, but from a more engineering standpoint and more technical and more in-depth than actually just composing and throwing notes everywhere. Even though composing itself is difficult as fuck to put that emotion together, but it requires not just you to put it together, but it requires an entire band to play it. Whereas this, I can put the entire thing together and play it myself. So that's kind of what pushed me in that direction. And then I did a little more research and thought that turntables were also used to make electronic music. Yeah, not perform, to make. Yes. I thought I needed GarageBand, fucking like a launch pad and turntables. And that's how I'd be a DJ.
That would be a great video. Try and make music on a turntable and a launch pad. Like that's the only way you can play notes, MIDI or anything.
So you can actually play. So I went out and bought a $100 turntable, and you can play MIDI notes on it. Fun fact, you can play MIDI notes on a turntable. Just
Oh
let me
no,
fucking know.
I mean like butchering that shit. So turning one of the turntables changes the pitch, turning the other changes like the tempo. Yeah, you have to. Like, I'm talking like you butcher it up completely, and you have to like play shit live.
No, stop.
What happens when you don't have a MIDI keyboard?
Regret, stop.
Do
Anywho,
not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah, legit. But hold on, I gotta burp. Oh shit. Excuse me.
Wow.
I know, professional as fuck. So where did I leave off? Oh yeah, I had all that shit. And then I did more research, and my buddy actually told me about Ableton. It's like, yo, this is a really cool software. Have you ever heard of it? I'm like, no, I've never heard of it. That sounds dope as fuck. What does it do? He's like, oh, you make music on this. I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. So then I learned a little more what like fucking synths were and sound design, but I still wasn't producing music. And then what happened was I got basically I was watching a DJT stream. Now he's called Digit. And I was watching him play Rust, and I was like, yeah, I want to get into making music. He's like, oh, you need to come up with a name and all that stuff. And like, I can help you out. And I was like, damn, okay. So I thought a little bit, and I came up with the name Zuri. The name was originally Zuri. So that name has a backstory that I'll delve into.
I think that's a whole other story in itself.
That's a whole nother story. That the story behind the name, I came up with it very fast, but the story behind the name itself is a little darker, and the whole delving into Zuri and eventually Zuricide is another thing. So I'm just going to kind of skip over that before I go on a 3-hour spiel. So that happened, got invited to the Ponies at Dawn server, met a couple cool guys, met like artists like Susky and shit like that, met some cool people. And yeah, one thing came to another, shit happened, stole music, that whole fucking thing happened. I was a fucking idiot. I was like 16. Yesterday, as I'm recording this, yesterday was actually the fucking 3-year anniversary since that whole fiasco happened, which is pretty fucking wild. So that all happened, went off the grid for a little bit, and then came back a year later.
Yeah, of course, because your story's more of a emergence one. Like you were there, and then you disappeared and came back.
Yes. So that's kind of how mine happened. I wasn't really producing music. Like, I produced music a little bit back in November of 2017, put together some really shit songs, and then just kind of went off the grid. But I was still making music in GarageBand and kind of understanding how song structure went and putting it all together. And I didn't really post anything. And then I kind of came back October of 2018 was when I kind of came back and put all my shit together. But I really didn't start taking it seriously until January of 2019, which at the end of January, I think it was January 22nd-ish, around that area, was the release of my first heavy bass tune, which was Tartarus. So that was kind of opening the gateway of what I really could do and what I really wanted to do, because I did a lot of research. I knew a lot more about music after talking to a shitload of people. And I didn't know exactly everything. I didn't know how to process my basses, and I actually had Hoofy process all the basses on that song for me because they sounded weak as fuck. Maybe next week I can like actually open up the project, because I still have it.
No.
I actually still have the Project Tartarus, and I can go through it. I haven't opened it since I saved it. I'll be dead fucking honest. So that happened, and then I just proceeded to create more and more shit on GarageBand, and then one day I upgraded to Ableton, and then shit just went haywire. Ableton is when I created this, was when I made Ascend and Marshmallow. That was like the first heavy bass tune I made on Ableton was Marshmallow. And then I started releasing EPs after that, coming out with the Gravity EP that had fucking 5 songs on it, and then just kind of went from there, writing the whole Death Grip EP, which I released a little bit before I left, and weird songs in between here and there that I had on fucking other albums. I just started cranking out music is kind of how I really, really got into it.
Yeah, yours is accelerated like massively. Like, which is weird compared to like when I look at it, it's like when I first started talking to you, And to be fair, at the same time, we were both round about the same point. Like, we just really made something properly for the first time.
Yeah, because we've known each other for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years. In December, it'll be 2 years.
Yeah, like, I remember like just chatting to you and like we're at the same point. Yeah, like you've really like accelerated, and then like compared to me, where I've just been like I've only really started like on and off properly trying this year. I want to like change that, and I'm gonna get to the point where like I want to see how. I mean, I think like I found a good vocal style. I'm gonna try with a new style of music, which hopefully people will hear soon. And yeah,
hopefully,
I mean, yeah, hopefully. And then yeah, that's we'll go from there. That's how I'll see. I'll maybe go for an EP or something. But yeah, I mean, you've like proper like, I mean, rhythm straight away. Like obviously that's your signature thing, and then straight away into like other genres. Like you didn't even wait around. Like you've got like 3 house style songs. You've done rap. I think you want to go into singing as well. You've mentioned that with me.
Yeah, I have. I've actually wanted to do that for a while, but I've never really been confident enough to do vocals. But I went to boot camp, lost my voice 4 times, so my voice is a little bit stronger than what it was, and now I have a proper recording setup, which will be kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, though. That's kind of the thing. I think I just need to wait on it a bit, sit on it, kind of focus more on my sound with other things. But yeah, I didn't really wait around because like how I kind of wanted to do things was just I wanted to create music that I felt was fun, that felt like I could kind of express myself through. So a lot of the rhythm songs that I actually made Tartarus because I was in a dark place. Haha, Tartarus. And I felt like the only way I could express it was through really angry, kind of gritty music. Turned out Tartarus got on fucking NSN and has like, I don't even know how many views it has now. Probably nearly 1,000.
To be fair, actually, yeah. I mean, I haven't looked at that in ages. So, like, what?
Yeah, neither have I.
Tartarus. No, tartar sauce. Fuck's sake.
Nice. But that song kind of changed a lot for me. It changed the chorus because before that, I was like playing around, like trying to maybe make future bass or like house or something like that. Because I love that shit. I do. I really do. But that was like really what changed the pace for me.
Yeah, 923 views.
How many?
923 exactly.
Yeah, so I'm nearly breaking that 1,000 threshold. Granted, it's not too great over the time frame. Nearly hitting the 2-year mark in January, that'll be. But still, even the fact that it has that many views over that many time with how old the song is and me just kind of playing around with it, it really hit me different when people are like, yo, you can like actually make something out of this. Like you kind of know what you're doing. And
it's under Zero Side as well. So it's not even like you tried to hide away and throw shit under the cover. You owned what you did previously. Of course, you've changed it all now only because of the name. I mean, you've still always, like, you've never, like, hidden the fact of who you were. You've only changed alias. You've never exactly pretended to be someone else. Like, so that's under the other name as well.
Yeah, I'll be dead honest. I like Zurside more just because it does actually have a story behind it. LaunchSix is more of a combination of just words that I like. Like, I love space, so launch. And my nickname when I was a kid was Six. Also, S and X is my little brain was like, haha, S, X, SpaceX. So,
oh my
yeah,
God.
LaunchSix. That's how my brain created LaunchSix. So, but Zurside was a totally different thing. But yeah, I don't really know. It's just, it's been interesting. And even on top of that, I really have, if I have to thank anybody for how I've kind of progressed musically, obviously you and Maya have really pushed me forward to kind of get my head on the grind and push music and really kind of follow what I want to do. Because, man, I can't even count the amount of times I've wanted to fucking quit this shit because I felt like it was kind of pointless and worthless, and like I'm getting like a whole ass 100 views per song. Not that I'm getting better now, but you know what I mean. Now I'm just doing it for me.
There's exactly like the right mindset as well.
Screams and spending $2,000 on music equipment.
Yeah, it's like, you're not taking it seriously at all. Yeah, it's like I can stop anytime I want. It's not an addiction.
It's not an addiction, I promise. But yeah, so those I have to thank you guys, and I have to thank all the friends around me, like Whirly, Cine Free, people like that. But who I really have to thank, that is close but isn't close to me as a person, but as an organization or a group, would be Equinity. Equiниty's like really, really helped me kind of grow. I would have to say working on weird little things, like first off coming off the marshmallow and then hearing people's live reactions to that shit was like kind of eye opening for me. It's like, damn, like people like this shit. Imagine if I actually got good.
Was that the same album, or was it just the next album, the Mega collab that you did you bit in?
O2 was the first Mega collab, and that was different. That also was crazy eye-opening for me, too. I'll get to that. So Marshmallow was one song. I got one song on Equinity 01, which was Marshmallow. And then on O2, I got 3 songs on O2. I got... no. Yes. Maybe? No. Did I? No, I didn't. I got 2 songs. I believe I only got 2 songs.
I remember you making a few, yeah.
I know it was Gravity and Distance Between Us for sure. But let's... yeah, Distance Between Us, Gravity were on there for sure. I know that. I don't think Launch Sequence made it.
Was Unknown? No, Unknown didn't get on anything.
No, Unknown did not get on. I'm pretty sure Launch Sequence didn't make it. No, Launch Sequence did not make it. I'm correct. Launch Sequence did not make it. So that was really cool, and people were kind of like freaking out with Gravity and Distance Between Us because I was changing my style. People were like, wait, hold on, this dude made house, and it's proper house, but like it's not great, but it's not bad. So that was Distance Between Us, and then Gravity came along, and they were like, hey, LaunchSix, is that you rapping? I was like, yeah, that's me. They're like, what the fuck? You can do that? I was like, I don't know.
I think, like, yeah, I mean, Gray made a good point on, oh god, yes, I mean, like, we have it's your song. Sweet Bliss was the song you submitted to Equinity on, like, 03 or 04? Yeah, 03, sorry, we're at 04 now. And yeah, I mean, like, you've come a long way, like, in anything like that you've made, as well as vocally, like rapping as well, like being able to confidently try those things as well.
Yeah, that's been definitely interesting for me. Sweet Bliss was really, really fun to write. Gravity was kind of a mess, but I had some good moments in there. Then Unknown was also a mess. That song was me just trying different styles. Like that song has like fucking 4 genres in it.
And then you fucking like say like, "Hey," I remember because obviously that's the first time I
think I made that entire song in a day. I made that entire song in one day. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, literally, I was there when you started making it. There when you literally sent, "Hey, this is finished." I was like, "What?" And then you just went, "Hey, want to rap?" I was just like, I think I had sung once. Had I sung once? Actually, I have it in order. What I'd done, because I literally don't think I'd done anything prior. Yeah, Moonlight. Yeah, so I went straight from Moonlight to Unknown. I went from like, I mean, to be fair, considering I wrote my own bit as well in Unknown, like lyrically, I don't think I've done anything better than Moonlight. Actually, I listened to the lyrics like the other week, and I was actually like really impressed with the fact that that's the first thing I wrote and sung. And then went to Unknown, just being straight away here, having you just being like, "Hey Ross, do you want to rap?" Like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, that was a little bit interesting, and I was curious because I wanted to rap on it too to just kind of build what I could do with the flow. And the entire rap I wrote at 3 a.m. Mai was yelling at me to go to bed. I wrote the entire thing at 3 a.m. It was great. But yeah, that happened. I'm trying to think of other things that kind of improved as I went along. The main owner of Equinity, Greyfade, like listens to my shit for some fucking reason. And when I released the Gravity EP, which had Gravity, Distance Between Us, and Launch Sequence, Unknown, and Conduit all on it, he loved Conduit. And I was like, damn, okay, that's cool. Because Gravity was a hybrid trap-ish with my first try at like kind of more legit rhythm at the end. I don't know. I was still playing around. And then he said he liked that, so I put together Conduit. And then Conduit was different. He loved the fucking drop on that. I still kind of think it's like, yeah, that was pretty decent. And then I just progressed. Then came Shrapnel, my first ASOS song. I was like, yeah, I got a fucking ASOS with a rhythm song. I didn't even know that was possible. I'm not going to lie. Back when I followed ASOS before I went out the fucking grid for an entire year to a year and a half, I remember ASOS being strictly melodic, but you know,
it was
that
trance and then
obviously
melodic,
changed.
and yeah, I mean, like they've started accepting like a lot of different variety of genres. I mean, Equinity's not quite there. I mean, but I feel like it's just the environment that Equinity has. It's very, they'll accept like a variety of stuff still, but they're very good at what they have. Very good. Like you expect like a certain style, and they do deliver.
Yeah, that is very true. Like Equinity has a certain style, but it doesn't have a certain style. Like it's just so wide open. And honestly, I love them for that. I think I love Equinity so much just because of what it reminds me of. I said this earlier. They remind me a lot of a label that I follow religiously. They are my religion. My religion is Disciple Records. Granted, Disciple sticks with what they are. They're a dubstep label, but they still release like mellow dub and like weird melodic rhythm and shit like that. But it's how the community is set up around that label. And Equinity really reminds me of that. Like a lot of these labels, like granted, I love them. I love the music they put out, but it's just like the family. Like Equinity seems more like a family rather than a label, if that's any way that I can put on it.
LaunchSix, Equinity reminds me of Disciple 2020.
Don't quote me on that.
Too late. I mean, that's
not musically family wise. We already went over this. You know what I mean?
I mean, like it's interesting because I mean, I don't say I have the same thing with ASOS. I mean, like, because obviously you've been more heavily towards Equinity, and I mean, I've been around with ASOS. I mean, how somehow I got admin on there, and it's sort of like funny how like you have your own like lean towards certain albums, but it's good to see. I mean, like, especially how like they're all working together. So you got Equinity and ASOS all lifting each other up, and then to have that where, like, you know, it's like you said, more family, especially between the labels. It's a really good environment. I think, like, in fact, I mean, it's a slightly different topic. I won't go into it fully, but I mean, like, I owe everything, like, coming into like the whole pony side of music to Cinefree because they were like, "Hey, do you want to join ASOS?" And like, I wasn't talking to anyone, like musically or from the pony side of it, and I was just chatting to Cinefree, only Cinefree. And he was just like, "Hey, I mean, if you wanted to do more stuff in music, I'll just invite you to the server." And then from there, I went from like chatting to people, doing more stuff, and then so like it felt more not a family. It's not quite that, but definitely a certain bunch of friends that I definitely should say like, you know, I was able to get along with and chat to easily. And then just from that, just being able to comfortably talk to more musicians and chat to more people, and I started talking to you and a load more other people as well.
Yeah, I feel the exact same thing. Like, I was banned from ASOS, like the server, for a bit, and then when Marshmallow got on Equinity, they're like, okay, like literally, I think a week after I got unbanned, and
oh yeah,
like, hey,
you had free aliases banned.
Equinity.
We had a conversation, yeah.
Not Equinity. Come back into ASOS. Yeah, I had 3 aliases banned. That's for another day.
That's another day. That whole Zero side is a whole nother topic.
Bruh, my entire music career is story time.
We could definitely. I mean, like we're already at like pretty much what we could say. I mean, we're coming to an hour, and we haven't even covered anything for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, according to Ableton, I am at how many bars am I at? I'm hitting 20-25 bars at 150 BPM.
How long is this football match? Oh, it's about 162 bars. Okay.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, like, we should probably wrap it up soon. We're getting nearly an hour. But yeah, I mean, it's been to be able to like to talk through what we've been going over, like pad, like especially how we get into certain things, Equinity and ASOS especially. It's actually, I mean, like we've talked about stuff that we haven't even discussed previously on like amongst ourselves.
Yeah, legit. Like it's kind of interesting seeing how everything just fell together with these albums, and especially smaller albums that are kind of coming out, like Vibe Ponies. I have a song on Vibe Ponies, which is really weird.
Weird flex, but okay. Yeah, it was weird to see you get on there. It's like people are like, LaunchSix, Vibe Ponies. LaunchSix, Vibe Ponies. Like, is this going to be a melodic dubstep? Like, but lo-fi?
Yeah, right, because you couldn't put melodub on there. Like, and then I know it's okay. So yeah, I support Vibe Ponies. Let's just keep going on. I do support Vibe Ponies, and it's really cool seeing how ASOS and Equinity also support them. Like, there's always these memes rolling around, like when Ponies at Dawn was coming out with a new album. It was just like fucking, it was like a picture of someone blasting through a wall, and it was Ponies at Dawn. ASOS was just standing by, and then Equinity was just there just watching, and then they threw on like the shovel against the wall was fucking Vibe Ponies. But it's cool that like all the labels are kind of recognized. Like, some labels have come and gone and just kind of died out. Like, for instance, NSN has really fell off, but for reasons that kind of make sense. Like, Hoofy, the original founder, is no longer the fandom, and then Ginger, that whole thing fucking happened. That was a mess.
Yeah, you just need a cool group of people, and then like you said, a nice little family can keep it driving. Then you just, I mean, like most of the people from Equinity,
Disciple Records.
I mean, most Equinity, like from people from Equinity are in ASOS, and ASOS are in Equinity, and the same for Vibe Pony. So I mean, like, to say echo chamber is the wrong word, but it basically is.
Yeah, even though each album kind of highlights their respective genres in a way. Like, I thought it was so cool when Equinity came out with their fucking mega collab concept. Like, I'm pretty sure that derived from Disciple. Again, haha, we don't play and get lemon. Because when that came around, but it became an artist showcase. Haha, we don't play by Disciple. Where some people could like debut their signature sound if they wanted to contribute, and then having my shit on there and people being like, yeah, that's LaunchSix.
Here's a snare. Like, that's Launch.
Yeah, that was like really fucking cool as shit. So I thought that was a really cool concept, and kind of brought everybody as a musician together even further, seeing that no matter who the fuck you are, what you make, your shit can go together and you can work together to create something really amazing. Granted, Catalyst isn't the greatest song on the planet. It's a showcase, but man, it does kind of slap.
I feel that's actually a good topic to end it on, like the whole coming together of something.
Yeah, so we're gonna end it here. We were gonna talk a lot about a lot more shit. We could talk a lot, but longer. we didn't realize how in depth we'd get into this. So I guess we're gonna end it here. I guess we'll kind of pick up back next week, because we do have some topics that we wanted to cover today, but we're reaching the goddamn hour mark. What the hell?
Yeah, we should probably
where'd the time go? What the fuck?
Keep people wanting to come back for more. I mean, that's see how well this goes. I guess it's been fun, so I mean, why not?
I bet. This is a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, hang on.
Shit.
I've just tapped in. Yo, this is perfect timing. Grey Fades on 7 Ponies. We're next.
Oh shit, look at that. Well, on that note, I'm going to call it quits on my end, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. LaunchSix out.
Yep, see you guys next week.